It's called the birthplace of speed. Back then, it was the hard-packed sand that allowed for records to be broken. Today, it's the high banks and long straightaways. Not to mention, it's the dream of every driver and fan, offering a moment of glory that will extend well beyond 500 miles for years to come. We're still talking about the first one, and guarantee we'll be talking about this one. Here's to the great American race that can only be the Daytona 500.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't think that it would necessarily be now and like this in order for me to get back in the booth, but we are officially back here with UTLR and Season 7 testing here at Auto Club Speedway. I'm Ian McClintock. I will be your MC for the entire Cup Series for the entirety of Season 7, getting started next week with the Clash at Chicagoland. So, we are getting all the drivers set up right now. Looks like there's going to be about 24 different drivers out there in the field right now. I'm getting the rest of the roster set up as we speak. So, hope everybody can hang on with me while we get everything set up right now. But appreciate everybody sticking around, hanging around as we get this set up. So it looks like we're going to have 17 drivers out there in the field. And here in just a second, we will have all those drivers scrolling across the bottom ticker. So there we go. So if you can follow along, find your number, find your driver code. And that's who's all going to be showing up here today and tonight. Again, doing a test run here at the Auto Club Speedway. 50% race on 2 times wear as we wait for everybody to go ahead and get set in place. So, big shout out to a couple of different drivers, allowing us to acknowledge them and hop in on their stream, especially SP. So that's who we're riding along with to open this real quick. And then we've got UTLR Storm. He's the founder, so we'll be hopping in with him in just a little bit as well. But for the time being, I don't need to be on the screen anymore because I'm sure you guys are here to watch the race, not me. So let's get into it. Again, all your drivers are going to be at the bottom. So let me go ahead and go full screen here. If it'll let me go full screen. Oh, no, it did not. Small technical difficulties. Sorry about that, folks. There we go. So again, all your drivers at the bottom led off by the 42 of SP and the number 1 of Crimson Sniper, 44 Dr. Clater, and the 47 of Dusty Stud, followed by the reigning champ and the 43 LRS, 77 driven by Flash, number 7 Black Hammer, 22 by Brad Ranger, 16 driven by UTLR Storm, the 21 machine driven by INF, High Road in the 19, HD in the 31, Irate Pluto in the 9, Drake in the 24, Deport in the 62, Hack in the 48, 99 driven by Mr. J, and away we go, and we've already got one around. I'm not quite sure what in the world got started there, and it looks like we're going to have to reset everything. So, fortunately, it's just a very early start. All right, and it looks like we're actually going to get a third stream available to us here in just a moment, thanks to High Road. So we'll be able to bounce in between all 3 So again, SP and Dr. Clater, they're going to be starting on the front row. There's Dusty Stud, there's LRS, as everybody's once again getting reloaded and re-racked. Again, 17 drivers making the show. Last season's champ being the 43 machine of LRS, after Molnahole decided it was no longer his time here with UTLR. Again, sometimes things happen for a reason, and I truly do wish Cole all the best in everything that he does outside, and I hope that he continues to find some good racing out wherever he may be. But we'll go ahead and let these guys finish getting re-racked here. There we go. As you can see, we are in a test session here at Auto Club, again sponsored by W Energy. So that's going to be something new. We've got official sponsors coming for the league this year through myself, so I will have to throw up the code later on. But if you need a good high energy drink that's not going to give you any jitters, W Energy, definitely something that I've started drinking here really recently, and it's actually helped me a ton keep the energy throughout my day, because trust me, my day starts a lot earlier than yours guys' does out there that are tuning in and listening to this. So again, go to w.gg. When you go to checkout, use code THEFORUM, THEFORUM. Get yourself 10% off of all of your orders, including shakers, brand new flavors like Calio Cream, my personal favorite. That's a mango orange dreamsicle mix right there. Oh, so good. So good. So again, W Energy, big shout out to them for sponsoring myself and what's going to end up being a sponsor for UTLR for the entirety of season number 7. Again, we're going to be starting with the Clash next week. That's going to be on August 28th, right at the same time, 7 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. That one, you're going to see a lot more drivers than what we're seeing here tonight. This is just a full-time cup. But for the Clash, we're going to say that everybody from every division is able to race in that. So it'll be very interesting to see how that all works out indeed. So let's see what we can do as far as getting everybody else set up. Again, my name is Ian McClintock. Appreciate everybody hopping in here for the stream. So this will be the High Roads link, as you can see. And then from there, this is going to be Alex's stream. And then we could just tap over to his real quick. And then we will pop over here into mine. So again, that's Alex's stream here. It's going to be High Road stream. And this is going to be SP stream. So again, appreciate all 3 drivers letting me tap in for this special event that we're doing. Again, it is all just a test session. So it looks like we got all 17 drivers. So it looks like we've now got the countdown clock going down. Got 20 seconds to race time. So again, we had 17. Now we've got 16 once again. Not quite sure who fell out. Not quite sure. I'm trying to look at everybody here. HD's there, Pluto's there, Drake's there, Deport's there, Hack. Interesting. We'll have to see how that all works out. But again, SP, Dr. Clater will be leading the way. Dusty Stud, LRS, bringing up the second row. Black Hammer, Flash Chance. The teammates in the 7 and 77 will bring up row 3. Row 4 will be HD and Brad. From there, in the 5th row, it'll be Drake and Irate Pluto. That's going to be your top 10. As we're waiting for the last second, see if we could get driver number 17 back in. Not sure if Alex is back in. I'm starting to think that that is the one driver who is not showing up. Okay. So it is Alex that we are waiting on. So looks like he shaved his head. Not quite sure what that's all about. Looking a little goofy, but hey, that's what we keep him around for. So actually, here, we could just do this. There, now you can see his little head. Now you can't. So, there we go. All right. But again, so we do have Alex's stream, do have High Road stream. And once again, big shout out to SP and his stream, as we're going to be riding along with him to get this started. Be 29 laps, 29 laps. Then I want to say the last stage is like 37 laps, if I remember everything correctly, for this event. So, but until we get Alex in, we're just going to chill and hang out for a little bit. For the time being, we're going to go ahead and do a quick 30-second commercial break, and we will be right back.
It's called the birthplace of speed. Back then, it was the hard-packed sand that allowed for records to be broken. Today, it's the high banks and long straightaways. Not to mention, it's the dream of every driver and fan, offering a moment of glory that will extend well beyond 500 miles for years to come. We're still talking about the first one, and guarantee we'll be talking about this one. Here's to the great American race that can only be the Daytona 500.
So, again, Daytona 500 just going to be a couple weeks away here for UTLR in their Season 7. Gone through NASCAR Heat 3, 4, and now 5. Ignition was originally going to be AMU, however, that game absolutely fell flat on its face. So that was never going to be an option, and now we've just had somebody else drop out. So we went from 17 to now 15, and now we're just going to go ahead and get a brand new lobby started here. So, as Deeport has told me, everybody's just waiting and waiting and waiting, and that can make it a little bit more difficult. So, we've got the new lobby officially set now. So it'll be 100 laps, so it'll be 29, 29, 42. So now Dusty Stud has slowly climbed his way up to starting second, Flash Champ third, Dr. Clater fourth, HD fifth, LRS sixth, Black Hammer seventh, Storm eighth, even though now he's going by Storm 2. Have to wonder what that's going on about. Brad's going to start ninth, Crimson Sniper's going to start 10th. As we've got 11 drivers in. I do believe that we are just waiting on High Road and a couple of others to get in. So, again, appreciate everybody tuning in. And again, we're just waiting on the rest of the drivers. There's 12, there's 13. So you can see here on our screen. Now we've got attempts made. There's 15. Okay. So Drake's in, Pluto's in, INF's in, Jay's in, High Road's in. It looks... There's Deport. So there's 16. So where's driver 17? Where is driver number 17? So SP, Dusty Stud, Flash, Clater, LRS is in there, Black Hammer's in there, Brad's in there, Storm's in there. Might have a little bit of a lag situation with the SPs. There's Hack. Okay. So now that we've got all 17 drivers in, should be getting going here in just a moment. And it looks like High Road may have the most fastest stream, so we're going to go ahead and switch over to his stream right now. Again, 17 drivers going to take to the track. Again, we're going to be riding along with High Road to at least open the race. And then from there, we can tap in with Alex and SP as the race goes on. Only downside with a lot of downtime is I'm ending up talking to myself this entire time with no action going on your guys' screen. Makes things interesting, to say the least. Again, W Energy coming through clutch with the energy drink. Very good. Again, Calio cream. Probably my perfect favorite flavor there. Looks like all 17 drivers have loaded in. Looks like everybody's loading screen is about the same. So again, we're going to ride along with High Road, as he's going to be bringing up the rear. Alex is currently going to be starting 8th. SP is going to be out front, and away we go here from California. And it looks like we're just getting a little bit of a lag situation here. I do apologize about that. Give me one moment as we try to get everything up and running. So let's see if we can tap in with Mr. Alex. And there we go. Maybe. Just maybe. All right. So slowly trying to get everything set up. And it looks like things are starting to clear up as far as connections and links. And again, I apologize. You have to look at Alex's head down in the bottom as he gets shot all the way up into Crimson Sniper. And again, the loading is just not there. Have to wonder, that's something on my side where my Wi-Fi is just not at 100% maybe. So, something to look into, to say the least. But now we're going to ride along with SP as Dusty Stud's going to go to the outside. And again, now he's looking for the lead. He's got Dr. Clater coming with him. So Dusty Stud's going to go ahead and take over the lead as we've got 3 wide racing going on behind SP, even though it looks like they're starting to organize and try to settle things down. 77 machine, that's going to be Flash, trying to hold that bottom line, trying to make an issue there for 3rd and 4th, and Black Hammer's up there with him. So, some lines beginning to form. So now SP is going to try to dive low. And now with that, that's going to shuffle Clater out towards the back. And now with that, SP is going to get up into the wall. That's going to get down into LRS, but LRS is going to come out clean. He's going to move up to 2nd. And now just like that, Dusty Stud back out front. And ladies and gentlemen, Dusty Stud, for the longest time last season, he had a lot of issues as far as trying to stay in the lead, whether it be running out of gas or just running out of fresh tires there towards the end of the race. But so far, it looks as though early on here at California, he's going to be one of the main drivers to compete with. LRS trying to hold that low line. SP going to think about going high. Now he's going to draft. Now Dusty Stud thought about coming down. He's not clear. He's still going to lead the 4th lap. As now we're going to head off into 1. And a big, bold move there from Black Hammer. You could call that a video game move if you want. But will he be able to hang on to the lead? He gets into Dusty just a little bit. As now we've got a lot of high package racing here. 3 wide for the lead. LRS able to hang on to that low line. Looks like High Road has found his way up towards the front, as has Flash. INF trying to come up the middle. We got Drake there in the 24. And big draft there on to Clater as we're heading into turn number 1. With the high draft package, got the top 10 all in a bundle, maybe about 4 tenths from the front to the rear of this 10-car pack, and then it looks like there's a little bit of a split back towards the 11 to 17. And now we got cars going into wall. We got one around. That's going to be Clater, and it looks like we've got multiple cars collected with that. And with that, that should bring out the first yellow of the race if they are treating it as such. So I want to say that they are, and it looks as though they are going to slow it down. So, not quite sure what happened there as far as the 44 machine of Dr. Clater going around. Those SPs looking all the way around, trying to see what is exactly going on. Alex has made his way up to 11th, INF. Not quite sure where he's going. I think he just let go of his controller. Now he's going to bounce all the way back up. And now it looks like a couple others trying to do the same thing. Not quite sure what this is all about here. So Alex is currently hanging on to 14th. Or 11th. High Road, we're going to see if we could get him caught up. He's going to be hanging on to 3rd. He's got Flash right ahead of him. Right around in 2nd. Speed limit's going to be 75. It looks like just about everybody's going to come down pit road for the first time. And we're going to get some green flag stops here. So speed limit is 55. Oh, you don't want to be doing that, High Road. You do not want to be doing that. So not quite sure what Alex is doing on his stream. So we'll just go ahead and switch over to SPs. See what exactly is going on.
Okay, I found this on the web for what exactly is going.
Wow, I say SP and my Siri activates. Not quite sure how to feel about that. But again, caution for the 44 going around on the backstretch. It looks like everybody is coming out. SP's going to come out 6th, and we got a little bit of a lag spike for High Road. Very small one there for Drake. Dusty Stud's going to come out 2nd. Alex is going to come out 11th as SP comes out 6th. So 8 laps in here in the test race. And it looks like High Road's stream is officially down and out for the count. So it is going to be the 77 machine of Flash that's going to take to the lead. And then after Flash, trying to make sure that we've got all these cars situated correctly. I do believe that's going to be Dusty. Or correction, no, Dusty is going to be running around in 3rd. Trying to see who that is in 2nd. Can't quite tell. But it looks like everybody is officially bunched up together. And it looks like another pit road cycle is coming up. As we're going to get the 1 to go this time, I do believe. Yeah, but everybody that just came in, they want to make sure that they are good on gas. $22 laps to go in this first real big run, and it looks like Sniper has left the party. Not quite sure if he's officially left the race. But SP's just going to top off. Dusty Stud's going to try to come out. And Dusty Stud's going to come out ahead of SP, as is LRS. So again, Flash will be leading the lane, the 77 machine. By the time we get back going, it'll be 21 to go. As now the 16 just coming out, just ahead of the 48 of Hack. As now we're going to get everything lined up here. So who wants to go where? Does anybody else want to run that top side? Because it looks like Brad Ranger, he's going to try to run the top side with High Road. As we officially wait for everybody else to catch up here. Looks like everybody's going to be comfortable riding the bottom here with 20 laps to go. Still under yellow. So simple little 3-lap caution there as we get back into the zone. And we are officially back to green flag racing here from Auto Club Speedway. So Brad Ranger not getting the best start ever, as he's going to try to jump down immediately in front of SP, not able to get that block. That's a spot for 8th. As now Alex trying to fight his way back. He's back in 16th. He's only got Hack behind him, but already seeing it. And now just looking ahead on Alex's stream here. Let's see if we could get that switched over for you guys. There we go. Again, trying to see how things look from the back of the pack. But as it stands right now, it looks like Dusty Stud has once again made his way up towards the front, and he's going to take back the lead here on lap number 10. That group is starting to fall back just a little bit. We got Clater, Blackhammer, INF, Crimson Sniper, and Hack all in the back here, trying to make things work. INF now being shunted low, almost getting pushed out of line as we get back racing here. Or correction, that 99 is going to be a Mr. J. So used to seeing Crimson Sniper and UTLR Storm looking super similar and being on the same team together, but that is no longer the case. It's now Alex trying to look to the inside of INF. INF really ran away with a lot of big-time races last year when he joined late, especially in NVRA. But now coming over and making the full-time commit in the number 21 Wood Brothers machine. As we'll take a look back here, see if we can see anything more with SP Stream. So right now we're riding along with Alex as we are getting to lap number 13. As we'll go ahead and switch it over to SP's look. And again, Flash trying to hang on. He's got Dusty Stud and Irate Pluto riding with him. There we see the 22 machine. Brad Ranger, HD, having a solid little run there in the 31. Deport hanging on tight in the 62 with High Road. Drake running in that 24. A little bit of a rubber band there, from what I'm able to see here on the stream. And things once again starting to slowly single file out, but running the high draft package. There's a lot of beating the banging and a lot of good passing. But as it stands right now, Flash still able to hang on for that lead spot here on lap number 13 of this test session here from Auto Club Speedway. We're just going to do a quick 30-second break, and on the other side, we'll be back with more green flag action from Auto Club Speedway.
It's called the birthplace of speed. Back then, it was the hard-packed sand that allowed for records to be broken. Today, it's the high banks and long straightaways. Not to mention, it's the dream of every driver and fan, offering a moment of glory that will extend well beyond 500 miles for years to come. We're still talking about the first one, and guarantee we'll be talking about this one. Here's to the great American race that can only be the Daytona 500.
And we are back, and now halfway through stage number 1, Alex has found his way up to 11th, but Hack trying to push the issue. So again, Flash still very much out in the lead, able to hold everybody off in this front pack. In the number 77 machine, Irate Pluto, Dusty Stud, SP, and the 22 machine of Brad Ranger holding up the top 5. The 22 machine making it very, very interesting here up front, as he's the only Ford with 4 Chevys right there with him. And it looks like the 22 still trying to hang on low with SP, as we're still riding along with Alex, as he's going to try to dive low, trying to get up with INF, trying to reel in that front pack. Again, that front pack now about a full half second ahead, but being able to hold it just about full throttle wide open. We're going about 185 down the front stretch with 12 to go, or correction, 13 to go here in stage number 1. Alex now making the dive bomb move on INF as he tries to hold the middle lane, as Alex is now going to try to come up, and he'll solidly hang on to 10th. And now we've got 3 wide action up for the lead. We've got Dusty Stud getting a huge shove there from SP, and now we've got 3 wide for 3rd, as Irate Pluto is going to pull out in front of Dusty Stud. First time we've been able to say his name out in the lead. Can he hang on to it? Dusty Stud going to come down, but Irate just rubbing him just a little bit coming down the front stretch. Your new leader that time by was the number 9 machine of Irate Pluto. Again, you can see all the beating and banging, and here we come. That 10th place pack has officially caught up as SP does get into the wall. He's going to be shuffled all the way back. Can he stay with the backpack? And it looks like we do have one driver who's fallen just a bit off the pace, so we'll have to check in on him later on. Again, green flag action is now Irate Pluto has shuffled himself all the way back to 8th, and once again, well, I can't say once again, now for the first time, out in the lead is going to be the number 22 machine, and that is going to be Brad Ranger. But again, we're not quite sure how long that lead's going to hold, because Alex, he's come up from 11th. He's on his way up to 7th, and now we've got 3 wide racing as he's going to try to dive bomb all the way underneath, try to get underneath LRS. Drake trying to go high. We've got 3 wide action. Now high road. Wisely, drivers are pulling out so that we could get back to 2 wide action. Now coming back to the front stretch, Alex on an absolute heater. He's going to push his way through. He's up to 3rd as Flash leads that lap. We've got 10 to go here in stage number 1. Trying to hold the higher side with high road. Flash still able to hold on to that lead. But right now the run is with Alex in the number 16, also known as UTLR Storm 2. But we're just going to call him Storm on this. Dusty Stud now coming up. He's got a whole banged up front end. And now look at the high side and look who's coming out to play. It's the 21 machine of INF. We saw him sliding back way early on here in the green flag run after that yellow came out thanks to the spin. Is now High Road going to do a little bit of a rub on Alex. Still not enough to get past the 77 machine. And Black Hammer is going to try to make it an issue. He's going to dive down to the bottom. Teammates side by side coming through 1 and 2 with 9 to go. And now High Road. Can he force it 3 wide? Never mind, we could have almost had 4 wide. LRS ends up wisely backing out. And now Flash is going to back all the way out as he starts cycling towards the back. We're still 3 wide coming through the tri-oval now. And now it appears that it'll be Black Hammer who's going to come away with the lead. Trying to ride along with everybody here. Again, appreciate Alex and SP giving us their onboards. SP sliding all the way back to 14th. Let's go ahead and ride over with him for a little bit. So SP trying to get Sniper to get up into the field as Alex still continuing to contend through the top 5. SP having to get off the gas hard, but he's still carrying a little bit more speed right now than the driver currently up front. Still able to get about 2-3 miles an hour faster through the turns as he's right up Crimson's backside. So we head off into 1. We got 7 to go. Alex still continuing to try to hold that low line. Ranger trying to check up. That's going to send Dusty Stud backwards. That'll check up LRS, Irate, and that's going to allow the SP machine He's in 14th, and he's got company with him. He's got Hack, the first 15, all practically together right now. But Dusty Stud gets shunted up into the wall. He's going to get shuffled all the way back and probably no longer be in contention. But now we've got trouble coming down the front stretch, beating and banging on each other. Wow. How they were able to keep that clean, I'm not sure, but we've got 6 laps to go. Alex still hanging on to that 5th spot. SP using a whole bunch of momentum trying to come up through 14th right now. Continuing to look ahead, we've got Dusty Stud, who was able to cycle back, but Black Hammer hanging out front. He's got Deport and Dr. Clater. That's your top 3. Storm hanging on to 4th. High Road currently in 5th. And right now, that front 5 slowly trying to break away just a little bit. But now we've got Alex trying to make another run here. Now he's going to try to force the issue 3 wide for the lead. As Clater, he's going to have momentum. He's going to try to slide up right in front of Black Hammer. And he's able to make it stick. 44 of Dr. Clater working his way up. Deport slowly rubbing down on Alex. Now he's trying to get back underneath. This SP trying to work his way back up. He's currently back in 12th. As we come across the line, it'll be 4 to go. And now coming back here to the front, you can see it right there on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. That 21 machine of INF has found his way back through the field, and he is now running in the top 3. It's currently Clater, Storm, INF, your top 3. Black Hammer trying to hang on to a solid 4th. And now Dr. Clater, he's going to come down the track. Alex is going to try to push for the lead. We'll see how this goes as we come through 3 and 4. Again, a little bit of a pinch here. And a slow rise up from Alex. Black Hammer going to choose to ride with Clater, give him a little bit of a push, as we've now got 3 to go here in the stage. INF going to give a small shunt to Alex, as now SP has worked his way back up into the top 10. Still using that momentum, Black Hammer trying to hang on, give Clater a push. Alex is going to dive low. And Alex is going to come around, and he's going to continue to try to hold that low line. Deport's going to come with him. The slide up by Alex, he's going to try to block, ends up just barely touching. And now we've got 4 wide coming out of 4 with 2 to go. And who's going to be the official leader? Ooh, that one may be a little bit too close to call. But now we look out front, and it's that 21 machine of INF. The fuel situation could be stretched here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 2 laps to go, now close to a lap and a half. INF is running low. I'm sure every single driver is running low. Who is going to run out here to end the stage? Deport's going to dive underneath the white line. INF's going to try to hold his line. Here comes Black Hammer. And here we come to the stripe. 1 lap to go this time. Here in stage number 1, and we've got cars flipping. Got a lot of cars. Not quite sure what's going on with that, but we are in the last lap. Not sure if somebody ran out of gas or what the situation was there, but we've still got a whole heck of a lot of racing to go. Still got 1 mile to go. Alex is going to dive low on Deport and Black Hammer. Deport's going to get up into Black Hammer. Here comes Clater. Can INF hang on? It looks like he's going to get away clean. And I do believe Alex officially ran out of gas. And the winner of stage number 1 is going to be INF. Somehow, I am not surprised by that. What's up?
I have a business thing I need your opinion on.
Oh, okay. What you got? Yeah. Oh, okay. We're going to be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, after some technical delays, and I do apologize about that through the entire second stage and a little bit of the third, we are finally back up and running. It had a couple cores get a little bit crossed here with the setup, but this is why we call this a test session and not the real thing. Again, the real thing coming to you live next week from the Clash from Chicagoland. But if you are just tuning in, we're about to be going green with 9 laps to go. Dusty Stud ended up taking stage number 2 after INF took stage number 1. They had run away with this race just about. And then we have a spin in 2 that ends up collecting SP as he caught the apron as the run went along and just ended up slamming into the 31 of HD, going up into the wall. And that's where we're at. We've got everybody bunched back up here together. Dusty Stud and Dr. Clater on the front row, INF and Alex in row number 2. And away we go with 9 laps to go and another fantastic restart from Dusty Stud and INF. Pluto trying to get a top 5 out of this run as well. Drake running the 24 machine. He's able to get up to 3rd. Dr. Clater, he's up to 4th. Going to try to continue to push as Alex is in 5th. We'll have to see if we can ride along with Mr. SP as he has made his way up to the 9th position, as it really looks like the back half, once again, just getting stretched out here. As we're going to look back towards the front. Drake getting chased by Alex down the hill as Alex has to move all the way back up the hill to get a block there on Irate Pluto. Alex back up to 4th. But he is definitely not clear by any means here. Dusty Stud, INF clearly still out front. Dr. Clater in 3rd, Alex in 4th. Irate Pluto holding down the 5th position. And again, Alex going to dive low, going to try to make this interesting here with about 7 laps to go this time by. Big break between 7th place and the rest of the field. As we've got Crimson Sniper, Hack, and SP all riding along together. Irate Pluto is going to finally get clear of Alex. That's a pass for 5th there on your screen. 7 to go. Alex going to try to hold the middle line, try to hold it around Irate Pluto. But again, Dusty Stud right now trying to hold off INF. Clater hanging on to this 3rd position. Again, this 8 through 10 run, trying to find their way back up, back into the mix. Dusty Stud continuing to lead out in front of INF. Dr. Clater trying to stay in the draft. This time by, we've got 6 laps to go. As now these cars are pulling the speeds that you normally would see from the older gen, but this is the next gen or the modern cars in the game. As Drake makes a clean and easy pass on Alex, that's going to be for a position. That's for 4th. Irate Pluto going to try to make the issue harder and harder for Alex, as he's got to start finding a way. As Drake's going to push it all the way down to the bottom, he's going to try to slide up. He holds it off by an F. But now Alex has got to run up into Dr. Clater. A little bit of a wiggle there from INF. Dr. Clater up into the wall. Alex going to continue the run. We've got 5 to go from California. As now Alex is going to dive low. Can he slide up in front of INF? He's going to try, but INF able to slam the door shut. Dusty Stud still able to hang on, and now we've got a freight train running past Alex. He's got to drop back to 5th. As now Clater's going to get stuck high. Pluto's going to get backed up into Alex. Drake going to try to pass Alex. That's again for position for 5th. This time by, it'll be 5 to go. Or correction, 4 to go. Here on lap 97 out of 100. SP trying to get back up into the top 10 as we're watching his on the other monitor here in the Greg Miller Studios. Dusty Stud, INF, Clater, Pluto, Storm, your top 5, as Pluto's going to take a huge dive down low. He's got to run. But can he get past INF? It does not appear so. Clater's going to continue to run the high line. Drake's going to slide up. He nearly collects Alex. They're able to stay off each other, and Pluto's able to clear Clater. 3 to go now. Alex, he's got to run. He's going to try to run past Clater. He's going to try to dive down Beep. And now SP, he ends up spinning as he's going to head into the pits. It looks like his day is done officially. But we're going to stay here with this front pack. Pluto staying low on INF. But now Alex, a huge dive underneath. Can he get down underneath INF? He tried to go low as well to try to block, but Dusty Stud still trying to hang on. Now he's got 2 people to block. He's going to continue to block high. Alex is going to stay low. We're going to come to the line. 2 laps to go, and Dusty Stud still hanging on to the lead. Drake's going to be right on Alex Farrell's back bumper. Dusty Stud up top with INF. Drake on the back bumper of UTLR Storm. Can Alex clear? Looks like he could have, but he's going to choose to stay low. He's got Drake and Irate behind him. Stud, he's got INF and Clater. Alex continuing to try to bolster this out. Try to get enough of a run to get out in front of the 47 machine. He's going to stay low. Alex is going to try to continue to hold the line. He is the official leader with 1 lap to go here from California. SP coming out of 1 and 2. We'll have to see if that becomes an issue here late. But Alex now able to get a nice jump out early as he's going to continue to make a run. Now Dusty's got some speed up top. He's going to try to block. Drake pushing Alex. And Alex is there. Pluto going to try to run underneath. SP's going to run high. Alex is not going to let anybody by him. Wow, UTLR Storm finding a way to make it all work. And Alex is going to come away with the victory here at California. So it'd be UTLR Storm. It'll be Drake and Irate Pluto. Your top 3 here tonight. Alex finding a way there late. Again, a lot of people would have probably thought that that would have been the INF and Dusty Stud show. As Stud took stage number 2, INF takes stage number 1. But again, the 16 machine of UTLR Storm able to hang on with Drake and Irate Pluto rounding out your top 3. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. And then we will see what we could do about getting these 3 drivers in for interviews later. So we'll be right back. But again, Alex continues his role and continues to lead hot and heavy as we get ready for the clash next week.
It's called the birthplace of speed. Back then, it was the hard-packed sand that allowed for records to be broken. Today, it's the high banks and long straightaways. Not to mention, it's the dream of every driver and fan, offering a moment of glory that will extend well beyond 500 miles for years to come. We're still talking about the first one, and guarantee we'll be talking about this one. Here's to the great American race that can only be the Daytona 500.
Well, what a race this was indeed here from California. A big-time run from the number 16 machine. It was able to get him all the way back out to the lead. As we're getting some reactions from some of the drivers. Apparently, there was a little bit of confusion as far as who was where on the track. And again, this is why we do this testing here, ladies and gentlemen. It's just one of those situations where we just don't know what is going to happen anymore. But, again, Alex Farrell, he's going to come away with the victory in the number 16 machine. Drake's going to come in second in the number 24. Irate Pluto coming away with third in the number 9 machine. So overall, not too bad of a race. Ends up being about 75 minutes long, which is what you like to see, especially from a race just like this. Pretty clean. Only had a couple of yellows throughout. So, and the thing is, we actually saw Alex get airborne at one point, so we'll have to ask him about that there between stage number 1 and stage number 2. See how in the world he did pulling that off and then being able to find a tail end of that here, really here at the end of things. So now we've got LRS, SP, we've got everybody just kind of still figuring it all out. But again, for 17 drivers, a lot of them really have raced together for a long time. I think just the communication's got to be a little bit better from each individual person from what I am personally seeing. But again, I'm not able to tune in as far as that much radioactive. I could get some from streams. I can't get all of it from streams though. So that can make things a little bit difficult. But we are officially waiting for the other two drivers to get here, as I know the top racer is officially in. So, for some reason, he's decided to leave his camera off. All right, there's top 2. I don't know if we're going to get Pluto. That could be the one to try to get, and we actually do have him here, so think we'll go ahead and start with the number 9 machine. So, Pluto, are you able to hear me okay, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Awesome, awesome. Well, an interesting run for you to say the least. You were able to hang out there in the top 10 and the late there in the top 5 for stage 2, and obviously coming home with a third place victory. What were you seeing between the first couple of stages that allowed you to get back up to the front?
It was pretty much whatever line was going. If you could get on that high line, you could get some momentum. It was just depending on who you was behind and if there was any lag.
That's fair enough. We know that lag can definitely be a thing, especially here with these servers and things of that nature. And with that, obviously, strategy did have to come into play here a little bit as far as deciding when to pit, when to stay out, things of that nature. With that late caution there from SP spinning and nearly flipping in 1 and 2, did that switch up your strategy at all?
It definitely got us back up there into the race. I had a really good pit stop, so I was third, but the problem wasn't nobody around me to push me back up there, so we were just losing a lot of time to them.
Yeah, it definitely looked like those two were going to take it, as they did end up taking stage 1 and stage 2. But again, those last few laps, take me through it, at least from the driver's side of things. What were you seeing through all that chaos? Because it just looked like an absolute hornet's nest there for those last few laps.
Yeah, couldn't get that bottom lane going forever. And then all of a sudden, them last 3 laps, we just got linked up, and I was just going to stick to the guy in front of me's bumper and try to push him through.
All right. Well, hey, whatever works will get you here onto the podium. So, Drake, congratulations. Or, well, not Drake, Pluto. God, I've got so many different names scrolling at the bottom. I kind of get them mixed up here. But again, congratulations on the 3rd place run, good sir. And we will see you next week at Chicago.
I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Of course. And now with that, we'll go ahead and bring in the 2nd place driver, the driver of the 24, who is taking over a car that has won 50 times in this league. But hey, a runner-up here in the test session's never a bad thing, Drake. So kind of the same question going for you. What did you see in those last few laps that was able to get you back up in the running?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm just glad to finish second. Hopefully I've done a 24 car good. It's good to come out with a 2nd place finish and, staying out of some trouble. And hopefully I've been running a pretty good streak since a month of last year, and then or last season, then coming through with another 2nd place finish. I'm ecstatic, and I can't wait to drive this 24 car this year.
Yeah, consistency has really been a big thing for you here, especially with the last month of Season 6. Now we're rolling into Season 7. We know that this is just a test session. Being here in California on the high draft package is going to be much different than what we see at the Clash next week at Chicago. But obviously, you want to be able to carry this momentum. What do you feel like you could carry over from this race into next week's Clash?
It's going to be different since we're going back to the Gen 6. I'm not running the Gen 6, so, it's a teetotal different car. It's just different lift points in the Gen 6, Gen 7, all that. it's going to be interesting to swap back and forth between Gen 6 and the new Gen, but we'll get used to it and hopefully we'll carry this momentum throughout the season.
Absolutely. Well, with that, again, kind of like with what I asked with Pluto, I'll ask you the same question. The big spin from SP with just about 10 laps to go really brought everybody back together. What was the pit strategy for you, and what were you looking for there in that restart?
Uh, I just took 4 tires and lowered the wedge just a tick, and hopefully it would stick, and this stuck good enough so I could get a second place finish.
Hey, a second place finish, continuing on with how you're able to finish there the last little bit of a month there in season number 6. Drake, appreciate the time. We'll see you next week at Chicago.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. And well, of course, it would have to be you. It would have to be you, of all people, that ends up finding a way at the end, especially after you almost flipped there in stage number 2. So let's just start there. What in the world is going through your head as you're nearly going airborne down the backstretch here at Fontana?
Man, it's one of those things. We got. I saw the block happening, and it was setting up for a block. And next thing I know, uh, the car just started catching. And once we went sideways, I did not expect to catch air. When we did, I was definitely hanging on for dear life because I was like, "All right, we're about to go flipping and tumbling, like Corey LaJoy did." But it landed back on all 4 wheels, so I was thankful for that. And the car stayed relatively off the wall, shockingly, and I was very glad for that. So uh, that definitely helped out whenever pit stops came around. I didn't have to lose any pit stops on that cycle.
Yeah, that's a really big thing. And speaking of pit stops, obviously that big one there coming with about 11 laps to go with SP getting loose there in 1 and 2, catching the apron, bringing that crowd back together. Before that moment, did you really feel like you had a top 5 car? And then obviously after the moment, things got a little bit more chaotic.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Definitely a top 5 car. Shout out to Drake, Clater, Pluto. Um, Yeah, and it was all four of us just pushing and tag teaming up, and it was definitely a 4 car breakaway, and we were all just having fun and just dicing it up. It was just a battle for third place at that point. Um, but yeah, after that pit stop, when things changed up, I was very excited. I was thankful that we had a car to race for the win. Honestly, the 16 machine was fast all night long. We set the right setup, and I could carry more speed through the corners than anybody else. Uh, I'm not afraid to put that out there, but I could catch people in the corners quicker than anybody else. I got into a couple people mid run because of that. So I knew we had a car capable of winning if we had the shot to.
Yeah, and we definitely saw that there in the last 5 laps where it definitely kind of felt like you were getting shuffled from second back to fifth, but it just seemed like you were using a little bit more patience. Where I know for a while you even like to self proclaim yourself as being the aggressor, but this time, not so much necessarily the game plan here in California.
Yeah, well, new car comes a little bit of a different me. Not in the 1 car, so I can't be called Mr. Ross Chastain anymore. I'm going to try to veer away from that, take stuff a little bit different approach, But the 16 machine, representing pretty much SVG this season with his paint schemes, you'll see it in the Gen 6 cars. That's my man. Nowadays, it's not Chastain, so definitely this one for him. But at the same time, awesome job from my team, team Trackhouse all the way. 3 of our 4 cars inside the top 10 tonight. But not just a whole lot of bragging on me. I mean, it was a great race for everybody. It was a test run, amazing run by everybody, and yeah, setting it up. I didn't think the low line was going to work, like Drake was mentioned. I didn't think it was going to work, and thank God Pluto and Clater and Drake all went with me and dipped out on Clater or INF and Dusty. We made it work, and we got side by side with Dusty. And at that point, I knew I had the momentum to beat him. Off corner exit, I had the speed. I had the momentum. It was just about playing it safe and not getting anybody.
There you go. And now you go from the next gen back to the old gen. The Gen 6 is getting ready for the clash next week at Chicago. And I know there's a whole bunch of differences between the cars, but do you feel like you could take anything, at least from this early season momentum, and apply it to the clash?
Well, yes and no. Definitely, you can apply the driving skills to the task. I've been doing some practice with the old gen cars at Chicagoland. That's a good track for myself. Setting up for a lot of passing opportunities, I believe, and that's why we're hosting it at Chicago because of the passing opportunities. But um, a lot of learning curves this week. I hadn't been in this seat for about 2 weeks. Honestly, I have not touched Heat 5. I haven't been on the game, so getting back in the rig was risky tonight in stage one. Just trying to get back on the wheel, but we figured it out, and we'll take what we gained off of tonight and apply it for the Clash. Get some extra practice in. We'll get some team practice going and see what Team Trackhouse is capable of. I think we have a solid driver lineup, and I'm ready to see what we do this season.
Well, there you go. Not much more can be said than that. Clash coming to you guys next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern from Chicagoland with this entire crew. But not only that, we may see some Xfinity drivers and some truck drivers joining in the fray as well. But that is going to wrap everything up. About that 2-hour mark. It's 11 p.m. on the East Coast, 8 p.m. on the West Coast. Appreciate everybody tuning in here for this Thursday night test session here with the UTLR crew on their Season 7. But again, next week, we hit the Clash, we hit Chicago, and then we head to Daytona right after that. But until then, be easy, everybody. We'll see you then.